Stop everything you're doing for a moment. What I'm about to share could fundamentally transform how you understand your existence. Have you ever felt a profound sense of déjà vu while walking through an unfamiliar place? Or experienced an inexplicable connection with someone you've just met? Perhaps you've questioned why certain challenges repeatedly appear in your life, as if orchestrated by some invisible hand. In the hidden depths beneath Paris lies one of humanity's most carefully guarded secrets. Among the ancient catacombs, French mystics once safeguarded a manuscript dating back over 1,200 years, a document so powerful that religious authorities and governments actively work to erase it from history. This manuscript, known as the Codex Animi, wasn't hidden by accident. It was concealed because it reveals a profound power that many institutions don't want you to possess: the knowledge of what your soul experienced before you were born. Edgar Cayce, often called the Sleeping Prophet, referred to similar knowledge during his remarkable trance readings in the early 20th century. The soul, Cayce stated, chooses its experiences before birth, creating a blueprint for its earthly journey. His insights parallel the ancient wisdom contained in this forbidden text, suggesting that this knowledge has resurfaced throughout history, despite attempts to suppress it. The Codex describes 7 sacred stages that every soul experiences before incarnation, a journey of preparation, choice, and purpose that begins long before your first breath. Unlike vague modern spirituality, this represents an ancient mapping of consciousness, preserved by initiates who understood its transformative power. When you access this knowledge, nothing remains the same. You begin to recognize that each person entering your life arrives with purpose. Every challenge serves as a stepping stone toward greater awareness. Most importantly, you realize that you are not a victim of random circumstances, but the architect of your own journey. How many times have you looked at your life and wondered, why am I here? What's the purpose of all this suffering and joy? Most of us move through existence as if aboard a runaway train. Events happen, people come and go, challenges arise and dissolve, everything seemingly beyond our control. This feeling of disconnection isn't accidental. It's the direct result of having forgotten who you truly are and why you chose this particular life. But what if, before birth, you possessed complete clarity about the path ahead? We'll explore the first 3 stages of the soul's pre-birth journey, revealing how this ancient knowledge applies directly to your daily experiences and deepest questions. Throughout the ages, mystics and spiritual teachers have glimpsed fragments of the soul's journey, yet few have articulated it with the clarity found in the Codex Animi. This ancient text meticulously describes the first 3 stages that each soul undergoes before incarnation, stages that explain many of the inexplicable feelings and connections you experience in daily life. The first stage is known as the divine call. According to the Codex, everything begins when universal consciousness issues a gentle invitation to your soul. This is not a command or obligation, but rather a loving call that resonates across dimensions. Your soul, recognizing this familiar melody, remembers that it's time to evolve once more through physical existence. This call continues to echo within you even now. It appears in moments of profound silence, in the wonder you feel when gazing at the stars over the Seine, in that unexpected tear that forms when you witness an act of kindness between strangers on a Parisian street, that persistent feeling that there must be more to life than material existence. That's the original call still reverberating within you. Edgar Cayce's readings frequently reference this initial calling. The soul is ever seeking expression, he stated during one of his trance sessions. Before birth, it answers the call to grow through new experiences. Cayce described how souls are drawn to physical incarnation, not through force, but through the natural desire for expansion and service, precisely as the ancient manuscript describes. The second stage, revealed in the Codex, is the life review. Before choosing a new incarnation, your soul undertakes a profound review of all previous existences. Unlike human judgment with its shame and punishment, this review occurs in a dimension of complete understanding and compassion. During this review, you experience firsthand the impact of every action you've taken in past lives. If you caused pain, you feel that pain. If you brought joy, you experience that joy. If you inspired another soul, you feel their expansion. This isn't punishment, it's education, in its purest form, teaching cosmic responsibility through direct experience. When you understand that your soul has already reviewed its journey completely, your approach to mistakes transforms. You recognize them not as failures, but as invaluable tools for growth. Guilt becomes unnecessary. Awareness becomes liberation. The third stage is perhaps the most profound, the Council of Souls. After completing your life review, your soul enters a sacred dimension where it meets with beings of immense wisdom and compassion, souls who have guided you throughout many lifetimes. In this gathering, your next life's blueprint begins to take shape. You discuss which lessons remain incomplete, which wounds require healing, which abilities your soul wishes to develop. Most importantly, nothing is imposed upon you. With complete consciousness and clarity, you actively participate in designing your upcoming journey. Knowing that you've never been alone, that a loving spiritual team has always supported you, changes everything. Those powerful intuitions you sometimes receive, the dreams that feel more real than waking life, the seemingly chance encounters that altered your life's trajectory, all may be communications from this council, guiding you toward remembering your chosen path. Consider the unexplainable connections you've felt with certain places in France, perhaps the ancient forests of Brittany or the medieval streets of Lyon. These affinities often reflect soul memories of past experiences in these locations, chosen again as part of your current journey. The Codex Animi illuminates the profound reality that your birth was anything but random. In the fourth stage of the soul's journey, known as the choice of life purpose, your soul made a deliberate selection of its mission for this incarnation. According to the ancient manuscript, no soul enters a physical body without purpose. With perfect clarity, your soul chose what great lesson it would learn, what transformation it would undergo, and what impact it would create in this lifetime. This purpose might involve healing relationships from past lives, developing specific virtues like courage or compassion, or bringing new talents and wisdom to benefit humanity. The French mystics who preserved this knowledge understood something vital. Your soul never chooses an impossible purpose. You were born carrying everything necessary to fulfill your chosen mission, even if that mission involves profound challenges. The key to remembering your purpose lies in paying attention to what deeply moves you. What situations awaken your passion and energy? What problems in the world make your heart ache to solve them? What activities would you pursue with joy, even without external reward? Your answers contain the seeds of your chosen purpose. Edgar Cayce addressed this concept throughout his readings, stating, "For each soul enters with a mission. We all have a mission to perform." His insights revealed that our deepest longings often reflect our pre-birth intentions, and that our most persistent challenges frequently contain the very lessons we chose to master. Consider the recurring patterns in your life, particularly those challenges that seem to repeat despite your best efforts to avoid them. These are not cruel coincidences, but deliberate selections made by your soul. What wounded you most deeply may be precisely what you came to heal in yourself and others. The fifth stage described in the Codex reveals perhaps the most challenging truth to accept: the choice of body and family. Before incarnation, your soul was shown different possibilities of physical bodies, family lineages, and social environments. Among all options, you chose the one that would best serve your life purpose. This can be difficult to comprehend, especially when we consider lives marked by suffering, abandonment, or deprivation. Yet your soul, unconstrained by human perception, sees every difficulty as an opportunity, every limitation as a catalyst for growth. You didn't select your parents for superficial reasons, but for the soul lessons they would provide. Perhaps you chose them to learn forgiveness, to break generational patterns of pain, or to strengthen yourself through overcoming obstacles. Similarly, your physical characteristics, genetic predispositions, and innate talents were carefully selected to facilitate your chosen journey. In the tranquil countryside of Provence, archaeologists once discovered fragments of ancient writings that echoed the Codex's teachings. These texts spoke of how souls gather in sacred councils before birth, deliberately selecting the precise circumstances of their incarnation, not for comfort, but for growth. The sixth stage, the veil of forgetfulness, explains why you don't consciously remember making these choices. For the human experience to serve its transformative purpose, it became necessary to forget. As you pass through this metaphorical veil, your soul temporarily set aside its awareness of eternal truths. This forgetting wasn't punishment, but protection. Imagine attempting to play a game while knowing every outcome in advance. There would be no discovery, no growth, no authentic experience. The veil allows you to learn to love without certainty, to develop faith without guarantees, to find your way without a visible map. Yet the veil is not impenetrable. In dreams, in moments of deep meditation, in flashes of intuition, you occasionally glimpse what lies beyond. That inexplicable homesickness for a place you've never visited, that sense of recognition when encountering certain wisdom traditions. These are moments when your soul begins to remember. The final stage described in the Codex Animi is the leap of faith, the moment of birth. After carefully preparing, planning, and then forgetting, your soul took the most courageous step possible, entering physical existence. This manuscript portrays birth not merely as a biological event, but as a profound act of cosmic courage, diving from infinite awareness into the limitations of a physical body. This leap represents extraordinary bravery. You left the vastness of pure consciousness to experience the fragility of human form. You accepted physical limitations, emotional pain, and the veil of forgetting, all for the purpose of growth and remembrance. If the journey of your soul were merely academic knowledge, it would hold little practical value. The true power of the Codex lies in how it can transform your present life through conscious remembrance of who you truly are and why you chose this specific existence. The French mystics who preserved this knowledge developed practices designed to help lift the veil of forgetfulness, methods that align remarkably with what Edgar Cayce later described in his trance readings. The purpose of the soul, Cayce stated, is to bring the spirituality of God into the materiality of man. The body is the temple where this is accomplished. The first key to remembering lies in cultivating inner silence, in the quiet cathedral of your mind. Away from the constant noise of modern life, your soul begins to whisper its forgotten truths. Even 5 minutes of meditation daily creates space for remembrance, like opening a window in a shuttered room. As you sit beside the flowing Seine or in the quiet of a centuries-old chapel, listen beyond thoughts to what has always been present. Dreams offer another pathway to remembrance. The Codex suggests that during sleep, your soul partially liberates itself from physical limitations. Pay attention to recurring dreams, especially those featuring places or people that feel strangely familiar despite no waking memory of them. Record these dreams, reflecting on their possible messages from your deeper self. Edgar Cayce placed particular emphasis on dreams as channels of soul communication. Dreams are today's answers to tomorrow's questions, he often stated. Consider keeping a journal beside your bed in the charming quarters of Montmartre or your apartment in the Latin Quarter, capturing these fleeting glimpses before they fade with morning light. Intuition forms the third gateway to remembrance. Modern society exalts logic while dismissing intuitive knowing as unreliable. Yet the Codex describes intuition as the soul's own voice, not random impulses, but memories attempting to guide you. When you feel inexplicably drawn toward a particular path, person, or possibility, this may be your soul recognizing what was planned before birth. Notice how certain places in France might evoke unexpected emotional responses. Perhaps the ancient stones of Carnac, the medieval streets of Carcassonne, or the sacred caves of the Dordogne Valley. These responses often indicate soul recognition of places significant to your journey across lifetimes. The manuscript further reveals that your greatest challenges often contain your greatest purpose. The French philosopher Albert Camus understood this when he wrote, "In the midst of winter, I found there was, within me, an invincible summer." Your most difficult experiences aren't random misfortunes, but opportunities for the precise growth your soul chose to experience. What if, instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" you began asking, "What is this teaching me?" This simple shift aligns you with your soul's original intentions, transforming obstacles into opportunities for awakening. The Codex concludes with a profound truth. You are never alone in this remembering. The council of souls that guided your pre-birth planning remains accessible through sincere intention. When you genuinely seek guidance, Universal wisdom responds through synchronicities, through dreams, through the quiet voice of intuition. This ancient knowledge wasn't hidden to punish humanity, but to be rediscovered when we were ready to receive it. Perhaps now, as collective consciousness evolves, the time has come to remember who we truly are and why we chose this precious, challenging human experience. As Edgar Cayce prophetically stated, "For the soul is eternal." And the purpose of the soul is to see, to experience divinity, expressing itself in materiality, and to be a witness for same. Your life is not a random accident, but a sacred journey, chosen with love, unfolding with purpose, and leading toward greater awareness. The ancient stones of Paris have witnessed countless souls on their journeys of forgetting and remembering. As you walk these historic streets, perhaps you too will begin to remember why your soul chose this particular time, this particular place, this particular life, and step fully into the purpose you planned long before your first breath. If this ancient wisdom about the soul's journey has resonated with you, there's a reason. The knowledge contained in the Codex Animi isn't meant to remain hidden any longer. It's meant to be shared with those who feel drawn to remember. Subscribe to our channel now to continue this journey of remembrance together. Each week, we explore another facet of the soul's eternal path, drawing from both ancient manuscripts and the profound insights of visionaries like Edgar Cayce. What stage of your soul's journey resonated most deeply with you? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your experience might be exactly what another soul needs to hear to begin their own awakening. Remember, you didn't find this message by accident. Your soul recognized a truth it has always known. Now help others discover it too by hitting that share button. The journey of remembrance is more powerful when walked together. Join our community of seekers today